digital brand manager for Sonic 4 for the franchise. So what we do is we manage all the marketing and the Sonic 4 as a brand. Obviously making it as good as we can.
Cool. All right. Now, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2 is a bit of a twist from the first episode. What in particular was changed from the first episode?
So we actually changed a lot of it. One of the big things of Sonic 4 is that I look at it as a thank you to the fans, in the sense that we listened to the fans and saw what things they liked, what they didn't like about F1, and then we went ahead and said, all right, guys, what can we change and make this closer to what people are asking for? So right off the bat, you're going to notice it's got a much better graphics engine, right? The graphics look freaking sharp. Way better than Episode 1. Not that Episode 1 was bad, but we just kicked it up another notch. The physics engine, we reworked it. You know, fans were like, oh, we don't like the fact that when Sonic rolls up the hill, he uncurls. So guess what? He doesn't uncurl. He now gains momentum. It plays much more like the Genesis. Now, while it will never be an apples-to-apple Genesis, we can get it to get closer to that holy grail, if you will, and we're certainly on our way.
In Episode 1, Eggman used his older creations to try and stop Sonic. What is he using in this episode to try and get rid of him?
So the story for for Sonic 4 as a saga actually really unfolds with Episode 2. One of the cool things we did is we looked back, and fans were asking for it, and quite frankly, fans have been asking for this for a while, but we found ourselves in the unique opportunity to offer it, which is we just announced lock-on technology. Now, if you remember back in the days of the Genesis, lock-on was when you had the cart for Sonic and Knuckles, and there was a lip on the top, and if you opened it up, you could literally lock on another cart, and you would unlock the ability to use Knuckles in Sonic 2, Sonic 3. So we said, man, that's a really cool feature we did on the Genesis. We should totally bring that back. So what you have is a whole nother piece of content called Metal Sonic automatically unlocks if you own 1 and 2, no matter the device. So if I have Episode 1 on the iOS and I get Episode 2 on the iOS, or Ep1 on my PlayStation and I get Ep2 on the PlayStation, bam, right from day one, you're going to unlock that content. And what that content does is it bridges Sonic CD Episode 1 and Ep2. So the story is really going to be evolved. You're going to see what was the importance of the levels in Episode 1, how Eggman is... well, basically, you're going to unveil his plot in Episode 1 and Episode 2. We're going to show you how Metal Sonic was revived from Sonic CD. All of that is part of the Episode 2 bucket of fun.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. All right, now Tails is reintroduced in this episode, and now he's not just here just because he's there. What else? What have you done to Tails in this episode?
So we've actually expanded the capabilities for you to use Tails. So in Sonic, in the original Genesis games, the ability of Tails was really limited to the fact that he would pick Sonic up and take him to like a higher ledge, right? And that was it. That was really the interaction. So this time we said, you know what? Let's do something different. So now they have like a combination roll that's like a yin-yang, and it's a much more powerful spin attack. Allows you to break through areas you wouldn't be able to do with the normal spin attack. It allows you to defeat enemies faster. And then, of course, we were like, you know what would be cool is if you could do this underwater. And so now Tails uses his tails like a submarine propeller, and he goes all the way underwater, and you have complete 360-degree control. And so he's much faster, more versatile. So all those things you're going to be able to do with Tails. And it's, of course, it's collaborative play, because the reality is Tails still acts as a booster to Sonic, but it's going to be online and offline. If you're on your, Windows mobile phone, or you're on your, iPhone, you're going to be able to sort of play via Bluetooth and play with each other. So if you got two kids in the back seat, they can totally play on their phone, they can play together, and it's good times.
Will there be a way to play as Sonic or Tails alone, as in Sonic 3, or is this really just them two put together?
The reality is that the game is designed for Sonic and Tails to play together. So there's areas in the maps that you simply will not be able to traverse unless you have both of them. So the game is designed around the co-op and co-op abilities. So I understand that a lot of fans want to play as Tails alone or Sonic alone. The reality is, if I offered that, it will break the game.
You just get stuck at one point.
You just get stuck. So no, that is not going to be something that we will be offering on this one, because the game isn't designed for that.
Yeah. All right. Now, Episode 1 was available for WiiWare, but Episode 2 is not available on any Nintendo platform whatsoever. Is there any plans or any possibility of there being Episode 2 on any other platforms, or we can't say at this moment?
I think at this point, I don't want to commit to anything. I mean, obviously, all of us as publishers in the gaming industry, we're waiting to see what the Wii U offers. We're waiting to see what does the Wii U do. I mean, we don't even know if the WiiWare mechanic or system will migrate to a Wii U. We don't know that yet. So I think once we know the answers to those questions, that's kind of a bridge that we'll cross when we get there. Obviously, as a brand manager, I would love to offer Sonic 4 to everybody available, but as we're in that transitionary period between hardware, it's kind of let's wait and see and find out.
Yeah.
But we definitely aren't saying like, no more Nintendo. That's not it at all. It's just let's wait and see what the hardware does.
Now, and what can we expect Episode 2 to emerge on the platforms?
You're going to be able to have Episode 2 available May 15th on your PlayStation, May 16th on your Xbox, PC, iOS, and your Tegra 3 will be available sometime in May. We're going to try and target as close to the launch as possible. And of course, June you'll have the other Android, and July Windows 7. So it's going to be available to almost every platform under the sun.
All right. And you will be able to try it all out right here at Comic-Con, right here at PAX East, and download it over the course of the summer, no matter what other platform you're on. Thanks
right here at Chicago Comic-Con.
Chicago Comic-Con, yeah.
Thanks, guys.